Every time you run ads on social media, you're going head to head with companies dropping millions of dollars on ad campaigns. Fancy production teams, lighting, actors, it can seem impossible to compete with them. But here's the crazy part. One simple hack can change the game entirely. We did this and watched one client who was struggling to spend $1,000 on ads scale up profitably to over $400,000 each month, beating out the $1 million campaigns. And right now, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do that. And it's pretty darn simple. Let's get into it. Here's how most brands tend to advertise when they think of advertising to begin with. So here's your company. Just kind of looks like a building. That's your company. And you want to advertise to all these people. So how do you do it? So normally you set up your profile, you set up everything, and it is, let's just call this your profile, but it's still as your business. You try to pick your logo, you try to pick something, but let's just call this your biz. This is your business profile, right? But the challenge is that this looks polished, it looks nice, it's on brand, it follows your brand guidelines, but the issue is it also looks like an ad, and therefore it begins to get lower engagement. So what do most businesses do? They set up their business profile on Facebook, Instagram, and all of that stuff, and they start trying to reach all of these people with some great ads. They follow their brand guidelines, they take great product photos, they film some videos and kind of launch ads. The challenge is that it looks very polished, it looks very nice, and yet it's still going to get lower engagement. What's going to happen in general is your CPMs, your cost per click, your conversion rate, and ultimately your CAC, your cost to acquire a new customer, those numbers are not going to be good. Your CPMs are going to be up higher, your cost per click is going to be higher, your conversion rate is going to be down, and ultimately your cost to acquire a new customer is going to go up. Why? Because people tend to ignore things that look like ads. You see it's an ad and you quickly think somebody's selling me and you move on. And it's not even a conscious thought anymore, it just happens. Why? Because people especially on social media, are there to engage with either friends, creators, influencers, people they follow, not normally brands. And the platforms know this, so they tend to, and there's conspiracy theories on how much or how little, but they tend to prioritize people and content created by people as opposed to businesses. So what's the solution? What do we do? How do we fix this? How do you go from this? It sounds simple, but a lot of brands aren't doing it, and that is to run your ads from a personal profile. One of these where you see the person's face. My drawing is fantastic. There we go. This makes ads feel more natural, more authentic, and what ends up happening is, if we look at all our metrics, let's grab this. When you've got it coming from a person, in general, your CPMs are lower. CPM is, again, the cost per 1,000 impressions. Your cost per click many times tends to be much lower. So it's people clicking off of your ad onto your website. And then the conversion rate can tend to go up because they're already kind of like in the right mindset. They're taking advice from a friend or kind of, seeing it from there. And then ultimately all of these combined gets your cost to acquire a new customer down significantly. So even when you're using the exact same budget, not increasing budget, not changing everything, the simple switch of changing from a business profile to a human profile can make drastic difference, and it can take an account that is just not profitable to profitable in very, very little time. how do you do this? What's the best approach to doing this? And there's a few different options that you can choose from. A simple one is if you're the founder. If you are the main face of the brand, well, that's easy. Use your own profile. Use your own Instagram. Create, I say, a Facebook page, because you have to advertise on Facebook from a Facebook page. On Instagram, you can use your profile. But create a Facebook page that mirrors your Facebook profile so that when it's going out, it looks more like it's coming from an individual, like a human. Use a casual kind of style, don't have to be as polished. You don't have to stick as close to brand guidelines. Again, what you're wanting is it to feel less and less like an ad and more just like casual content that you as a human are putting out. If you're not the founder or you don't feel comfortable putting your face out there, can somebody, a key member on your team, play that role? You can also spin that up. Again, you do have to take into account that if you're not used to being a public profile, if you're not used to being out there, it is a little odd. You will get negative comments, you will get stuff. The internet's a mean place, and so you're going to be exposed to more and more people that you haven't been organically. So you do have to take that into account. But that tends to work really, really good if you are a founder and you are kind of part of the brand DNA, or you have several key members that are part of the brand DNA. Using that can work very, very well. So we'll call this founder, right? All right, what is another option? Is say you don't want to do that, or, honestly, in addition to that, even if you are doing that, I would suggest option 2, influencer accounts. Influencer. So with an influencer, and this whole thing is called whitelisting. Whether you're doing it from yours or the influencer, it's whitelisting. Some people call it, I think, dark posts or different things. Most common term I've used is whitelisting these ads, meaning it's going from their ad account. So with an influencer, it is not how we sometimes think of normal influencer marketing. Normally when I'm talking to brands and we talk influencer, they're thinking somebody with a ton of followers that it's going to go out and organically generate revenue. That's a different strategy. That's influencer marketing. Right now we're talking about whitelisting from an influencer's account. So what kind of an influencer do you need? Honestly, at this point, you need a small one. The size doesn't matter that much. I would say you would go for an influencer with, 1,000 followers to 10 max of 50,000 followers. Now, why are we picking this? Because they are influencers who can't command brand deals, or no one's paying them to push things out. So they are way more accessible and way more interested in these kind of partnerships. So what you'll ask them to do is a few things. You'll ask them to record you a quick, video, and you'll give them specifics for what you want. Here's where you can get into all the, you can have them record multiple hooks and then, multiple ad reads. They can do demos. They can do all kinds of stuff, and you would probably on the front end pay them a small fee. It can be $100 to $500 to film and record all the things you want based on the brief, based on what you're trying to accomplish with those ads. Then you're going to connect your business profile to their personal profile. So when the ads are launched, this day and age, people will see that it's connected, that it'll say partnership between these two. But if you're running it from their account, their face is going to be the main thing they see. So on the technical side, what does this mean? It means you're syncing up the accounts. You're getting permission. You're requesting access to their profile, and you're kind of bringing that into your ad account. And then when you're creating the ads and selecting it, you're selecting their profile as a profile from which it's going out, and it's connecting it as a paid partnership. Let me show you real quick some examples of that. So here is an example. No, let's go to this one. So here's an example of a brand, Naked and Thriving, that has these kind of essential oils and stuff. This is from their account. We see up here, it's sponsored from Naked and Thriving, and it's a pretty ad. It kind of shows the product. This is what we would call a branded ad that's focused on showcasing the brand, generating brand equity, and they are trying to sell. But they also have running, you kind of have to search in the ad library and find it. They've got this one that's still, you see Naked and Thriving up there. It's not that it's hidden. It's not like you're trying to hide that, but it's from this person, Jam Wilburn. And it's, again, you're going to see it sponsored, but a lot of people don't even realize that that means sponsored, or they're not tuned into that. And this is a video, I haven't downloaded it, but it's her saying this hook, I'm buying literally every person this gift, and she goes on to show she's about to unbox Naked and Thriving, and so they've given her a script of what they want her to say, but as you see it, it just seems like you're getting this organic person just sharing a product that they love. Again, it's getting that same 25% off, so the same sale, I think, this one's 15% off, but similar, you tie it in, so similar sales, similar kind of like copy and everything, and you get it, and that can either take you directly to their product page, or you can even do it to a blog that then goes to the product page. So in terms of actual budget, you may pay $100 to $300 more for them creating that content. But honestly, depending on your negotiation with them, I've seen some influencers that are really small that get excited about getting more awareness, because you are going to be paying for them to reach, their little brand is going to reach more and more people. And so all these new people that don't follow them, because this is paid, this is not organic, all these new people are going to be seeing their profile. And so many who are just starting out get excited about this opportunity. Oh, wow. So thousands of people that I wouldn't normally be reaching are going to be seeing me and seeing what I do. That's exciting to them. So you can, depending on how you chat about it and negotiate, you can achieve where they'll let you do that for free, in a sense, just for the additional exposure. So go out and find influencers, small influencers that have the look and feel of your brand, that kind of seem to have the vibe of who your ideal customer is. If they look like your ideal customer, they're going to speak like your ideal customer. And you can either get it pretty scripted for them, or even better, let them kind of run with it and kind of go loose with it and see what they come up with. Then your team can even edit those videos and put it together, and it's a simple switch using their profile, and you are going to watch your CPMs go down, your cost per click go down, your conversion rate go up, and ultimately your cost to acquire a new customer to come way down with that one simple trick. Hopefully that made sense. The tech side is not all that complicated. Our team helps set that up for our clients. If you're curious about this, if anything on here wasn't clear, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what additional questions you have, and we'll create some new videos about that. See you in the next one.